Hey, so I'm doing a series of videos called Breaking the Silence, and part of the point of these videos is to give you a little bit of insight into who I am as a creator, my creative process, and to give you some insight into the storyline and the characters of the comic book. I've always come from the philosophy that your art should sell itself, that you should strive for the level of excellency that when people look at your drawings, they want to buy it, they want to have it because it's so good. That's certainly something that's driven me as an artist, and I think is really a perspective we should take, that we don't need any kind of fancy selling techniques or anything. Not that that's bad or promotion's bad, but I've always wanted to be the kind of artist that when someone looks at my stuff, they want to buy it. I don't have to try to convince them. But I've had some friends say that, or argue, or convince me that people also want to know the artist behind the art. And so that's kind of the purpose of these videos, is to just give you a little bit of intro to who I am and what goes on when I make the comic book, make the silence. So as far as who I am, I was born in Canada, but I've lived in the States most of my life, which is why you probably hear a bit of a southern accent. I live in Kentucky. I'm married, and I have 4 kids, a daughter and 3 boys. 2 of our kids are special needs, and they have autism, which has been a very interesting journey. Yeah, and I've drawn all my life since I was a little kid. Got hooked on the comics when I was, oh man, probably in elementary school. I had an uncle give me a couple of comic books, I think a G.I. Joe and an Indiana Jones. And ever since then, I was hooked. I love to read and look at comic books. And so I spent most of my time as a kid and up into high school and college drawing. And I got my undergrad at the Ontario College of Art and Design in illustration, with the intention of going into animation and comic book art. I had a couple things happen in my life, some pretty huge events that changed the course of my life a bit. And I'll get into that in another video, but I entered into seminary to study theology and philosophy in 2002, and completed the Master of Divinity degree in 2012, and then entered PhD work soon after that in 2013. And I'm about 3/4 of the way through that. I'm doing my comps this semester, and just studying philosophy and the interaction of theology and philosophy with culture. So yeah, so like I said, I've been drawing all my life, and the silence is really the fruit of all of that work, and something I've been working on and thinking through and developing since I was a kid. And I'll get more into the history of that in another video, but just want to give you a little bit of background on me. And I think the last thing I wanted to do just real quick was to share with you the most influential book for me when it comes to comic book illustration. And this may be a surprise, it may not be a surprise, but it's this book right here. I don't know if you can see, there's a little glare there, but How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. I got this book from my mom in middle school and high school, I think, somewhere around there, maybe 8th or 9th grade. And I would spend hours sitting at the kitchen table working through this book, drawing it, tracing, working through the exercises, and just basically learning how to draw comic book style. I could draw like realistically. That was just kind of a gift, I guess you could say, that I've always had. But drawing comic books is very different from that, because there's a lot more design that goes into it. And so that book really helped me to learn as an artist. So it's a little bit about me. I got more videos on the way. I talk a little bit about the silence and who I am as an artist. So thanks for checking out. Appreciate it.